What is going on, guys? Cameron here, and I hope you all had an awesome Christmas. Me, on the other hand, didn't have power in my house for 3 days. Now, this video was originally supposed to go up on Boxing Day, but obviously with no power, no electricity, no internet, I was just isolated from the world. And of course, if you follow me on Facebook or Twitter, then you would have already known that. For you guys that were asking where's the next Ultimate Spider-Man review, well, if you followed me on Facebook or Twitter, then you would have known where it was. So that's a heads up for next time, guys. But anyway, moving on with the video, we've got Ultimate Spider-Man issue 51, and in the previous issue we were introduced to the Black Cat. And she obviously left an impression on Spider-Man. She's a villain that he's never seen before, and she's got all that finesse about her, and that's only going to continue into this issue. So without further ado, guys, you've waited for it, I've waited for it, let's jump into it. So we saw towards the end of the previous issue that Spider-Man was pretty much getting blamed alongside Black Cat for this robbery, and there's nothing really new there because Spider-Man is pretty much getting blamed for everything all the time. Now, one of the things that I love about the Ultimate Spider-Man comics is that it kind of opens up as if it's a TV series, you know, like when the issue began, we didn't join Peter Parker or Mary Jane or anything like that. We went straight to some other person, some person that we've never met before, and seeing the consequences of that crime happening to them. Pretty much creating another plot, and this in the end is actually going to introduce another character, and I'm not going to say who it is because it'll be revealed later on in the issue, but it's pretty awesome. So on screen right now we can see these two characters conversing, and I was actually really impressed with the tall guy, you know, the person that's working for the Kingpin. And the reason why I was impressed by him was not just because of the art style on him and just how, you know, sharp he looks and how disciplined he looks, but just the way he puts Kingpin through himself to the person he's talking to. Like, when you see this guy, you actually feel like you're seeing Kingpin. Like, he knows that Kingpin's going to be disappointed, and it's almost like this person carries Kingpin's authority through himself. And I think that suggests just how powerful Kingpin truly is, because he even has someone who is pretty much living and breathing for the Kingpin. And that's pretty sinister. Now, I thought it was absolutely hilarious when this guy said that Spider-Man was the most dangerous man on the planet. And the reason why he's saying that is because to the Kingpin, Spider-Man is the most dangerous person on the planet. Spider-Man took the Kingpin down. And in the most genuine way possible, Spider-Man is the biggest threat to Kingpin that Kingpin has ever faced. But not because of his powers or anything like that, but just of what he's done in the past. Now, we finally join Peter Parker for the first time in this issue, and you can see that he's fallen asleep in class again. Him being Spider-Man is taking over his education, but something more important than that is that Mary Jane is still going through a rough patch with her family. Like, if you remember, her father pretty much read her diary, dragged her out of the house, and has kind of ended Peter and Mary Jane's relationship together. Peter just thinks that it's a load of crap. He thinks that her dad is just bluffing, he's not really a threat or anything like that, but Mary Jane begins to get emotional because she knows the true threat of her father. She knows what he's capable of, and it even leads Mary Jane to say some pretty harsh stuff about a delicate piece of Peter's life, which is obviously him not having any parents. And ultimately, this is all putting a little bit of stress on their relationship. Again, I don't know why, but whenever any of these characters get like emotional, like Mary Jane starts crying or anything like that, I almost feel like it's one of my friends crying because I'm so emotionally connected to these characters. Like, seriously, I've read every single issue of Ultimate Spider-Man, and we actually are 50 issues in, so I'm assuming some of you guys really feel like you know Peter and Mary Jane now. You feel like that you've been through everything with them, and it's actually really awesome that a comic can do that. Something I'd just like to say is that my internet has just gone out. You see what I'm dealing with? I haven't had electricity for 3 days, nearly 4 days, and now my internet has gone off. So yeah, I have no idea whether I'm going to be able to upload this video today or tonight or whenever, but hopefully I'll be back on by the time I finish reviewing this issue. So as we move throughout the pages of the comic, we go back over to this guy that made a promise to Kingpin that he was going to be able to get this tablet or whatever was stolen by the Black Cat, and he's actually gone to someone who's skilled enough to get it back. And the funny thing about this is that this is actually a really interesting character in the Marvel Universe. She's a really well-known character, especially in the Daredevil movies and comics and stuff like that. Now, I'm quite curious to see whether you guys actually managed to guess who this character is, and, well, it's revealed now. So it's actually Elektra. And I just love how they revealed the character. You know, it's a bar scene, it's all dark and gloomy, it's in like a darkened out booth where you can't see the character's face, and then she leans into the light, she stands up into the light, or at least that's what it looked like, and her face is revealed and her name is revealed, and it's very kind of crime movie-esque, if you get what I mean, but just by the setting you can clearly tell that she is not one of the good guys in this universe, or that's the first impression that you get anyway. So something that I've noticed about this issue, and something that I've noticed about the Ultimate Spider-Man comics as kind of a whole, every now and again they don't really focus on the main characters, they don't really focus on Spider-Man and Mary Jane and Peter Parker. every now and again it goes to the other side of the board, it goes to the villains to see how they're dealing with things, and that's exactly what they did with this issue. Like, we pretty much saw the consequences of that object being stolen, but from their side of the story. We saw what they're doing, they've gone to Elektra, and as a whole, I would probably say that Peter Parker, Mary Jane, Spider-Man, they're only in about half of the issue. Now obviously on screen we can see Peter is kind of giving into his curiosity, sort of making an excuse to go out there and meet Black Cat on this rooftop. And I think the best thing about this is that he actually believed that she wouldn't be there. He thought that it was a trap or a joke or something along those lines, and to his surprise he gets around the corner and actually sees her sitting there. And even Spider-Man is in absolute disbelief that this is happening. Now I don't know about you guys, but when I see Black Cat, when I see Spider-Man and Black Cat together, they kind of remind me of being spontaneous, you know, like almost as if they're just gonna go off and take a holiday together or something randomly out of the blue. And that's what Black Cat is very much about. She's all about the mystery and the spontaneous and the excitement, and that's why she's actually taken an intrigue to Spider-Man, because obviously he wears a mask. He's a completely kind of different character that she's seen before. I mean, he walks on walls and swings from webs. That's not something you see every day. Now, something I love about Spider-Man in the Ultimate Universe is that he's still a teenager. So when he starts getting asked all these questions about whether he likes girls and whether he's married and all of that, he kind of starts stuttering, he starts messing up his answers. And I just love how he still brings his sense of humour to the table. Like, she says, "Are you horribly disfigured under your mask?" And he kind of just says, "Well, not horribly." Pretty much implying that he's still disfigured under his mask, just not horribly, and I absolutely love that. It's almost like he's not taking himself too seriously, and he doesn't take the situation too seriously either. And something that I was thinking about when I was reading this issue was, wait a minute, Spider-Man's still a teenager, will he even like wine? Why is he sitting there drinking, well, about to drink wine, when he's probably never tasted it before, or he probably just won't like it in general or something like that, I don't know. But as he's about to take this sip and have like this little date with Black Cat, that's when Elektra attacks. And something that I couldn't just unsee was the fact that Spider-Man's spider sense went off, and obviously Black Cat probably doesn't know that he has spider sense, so in a way, he's kind of saved her life. And I can't remember whether that gets brought up again later on in the future in like the next issue or whatever, but I imagine that because Black Cat already kind of likes Spider-Man, him saving her life is already making her like him a lot more. Now this thing that's going on between these two characters, it does actually take a little bit of a twist in the next few issues, and I cannot wait to review those so that you can see them. But in the meantime, that is the end of this issue. Elektra is about to attack these guys, and it's going to get a little crazy. So guys, what did you think? Let me know in the comment section below, and whilst I've actually been reviewing this issue, my internet has gone off, come back on, and then gone back off again. So I have no idea whether this video will be uploaded, but hopefully it will be, so yeah, keep an eye out. So as for the score of this comic, I really feel like I'm always giving it either an 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10, and never anything lower than that. In my opinion, these can't actually go below an 8. I feel like a 72 average. Like, this actually touched upon the villains of the comic, the consequences that are being brought around because of this object being stolen. Obviously, we got to see Peter and Mary Jane's relationship and how they're struggling because of her father. The art style is always on point. And we got that little Black Cat / Elektra teaser towards the end, so I really don't feel like that's a 7, and I'm leaning a little bit more towards an 8, so I'm just going to go ahead and give it an 8 out of 10, guys. Hopefully you agree, and if you do, hit the like button. Now guys, I can't stress this enough, please follow me on Facebook and Twitter to see when my videos are going to be uploaded or whether I'm having any problems, because for the past 3 or 4 days my internet's been going off, my electricity's been going off, and I get many of you guys asking, Rango, where's the next video, where's the next Ultimate Spider-Man video? And if you follow me on Twitter or my Facebook page, then you will know exactly where those videos are. So yeah, the links to that are in the description below. Also, don't forget about the Spider Issue 1 physical comic giveaway that's going on my Instagram. The link will be in the description. All you have to do is like the picture on my Instagram to enter the giveaway, and I will choose a winner when issue 2 releases. Now guys, for more, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on this video, and I will see you all next time.